Okay. So, good morning, everyone on this call. My name is Coach Royalq. It's a pleasure having you guys once more on this section. And with me here is other coaches, Dollar Queen, Coach Fahad, Coach King, and every other coaches I am yet to see. We do this every Tuesday. We treat a very important topic, which is known as the Excel sheet templates. But before I proceed for the subject of today, I would also like to acknowledge our coaches, Coach Moore and Coach Salisu, for the wonderful work they are doing to ensure that this community grows. Without further ado, I would like to move to what we have for the day. Hope you guys can see my screen. If you can see my screen, I need a 111 on the chat. If you can see my screen, I need a 111 on the chat. Then if you can hear me loud and clear, I also need a 222 on the chat, please. Well done, well done. Then if you're a newbie on this call, if this is your first time of being on this call, I need the word new on the chat. This is to enable me know how I can break whatever I want to explain to the simplest form. Okay, welcome. Queen Sarah, you're welcome. King Infinite, you're welcome. King Prince, you're welcome. I can see you. I can see you. Dollar Queen, you're not welcome. You're welcome, King Kiki Lomo. King Amza, you're welcome. Ahmed Israel, you're welcome. Please, as a newbie, kindly pay attention. King Mayor, you're welcome. At this point, you might want to pick down your writing materials, your paper, and your book and your pen to jot down some important informations, and also write down some few questions you need to gain clarity on. So it is important for you to pick up your writing materials as a newbie. You might want to be jotting down some important informations. So I'm going to take it slow and steady with you guys, and I'll try as much as possible to make my explanations related with something that is physical, that you guys can actually relate to it. So kindly pay attention and stay true to the end of this section to get value from this section today. So you all said you can see my screen. So I am going to be talking about an interesting topic known as the Excel sheet template. The Excel sheet template. So the Rqtmi Excel sheet template, this is our style of trading. So it will interest you to know, for those who are newbie on this call, that Royalq as a software, we have different teams under Royalq. So today, you are privileged to be with Rqtmi, which is known as Royalq Motion International. This is the team you are with today. So you are welcome on this section once more. Now we have our style of doing things that is different from every other team. So if you belong to the Rqtmi team or group, you should stick to our style of doing things. So this is the Rqtmi Excel sheet template. This is our settings, our style of doing things. We remember we told you that the robot is a semi-automated robot. Why is it a semi-automated robot? It is so for you to have control and ownership over what you're doing. Because the new face of the internet, which is Web 3.0, which is the new face of the internet, is actually preaching about control and ownership. So if you don't have control and ownership to whatever you have online in this new face of the internet, definitely you are on the wrong path. So whatever you should be doing online in this new face of the internet, you should have control and ownership. So it is built on this idea. It is based on this idea. The Royalq company decided to create a system that users can have control and ownership over. So this Excel sheet template that we are going to be talking about, it is the control and ownership you have using this Royalq board. So this Excel sheet template is a configuration, is a settings, is a command that you give to your robot. And based on this command or based on these settings, your robot trains for you while you are sleeping, while you're eating, while you're going about your 8 to 5 job. So listen carefully as I explain this. So last week, Tuesday, we talked about Magic 1, Magic 3 settings. I think Magic 3. But now this is what the dashboard looks like, please. This is what the dashboard looks like. We have settings known as Magic 1 down to Magic 8. Magic 1 down to Magic 8. Now, it will interest you to know that the crypto market has 2 seasons. We have the bull season and the bear season. Each of these seasons lasts for 4 years. 4 years. 4 years. So here we have what works both in the bull season and in the bear season. The bull season is when the prices of the cryptocurrency coins are going high, while the bear season is when the coins or the cryptocurrency coins are going down. That is the difference between the seasons. So whatever season, be it up or down, we have what works. And it is based on these 2 seasons that this Excel sheet template was manufactured or produced. So you see, we have what is called Magic 1 down to Magic 8. Because currently we are in the bull season, we only make use of Magic 1, Magic 3, and Magic 5. Every other magic you're seeing here, we are going to be deploying it during the bear season. So you don't have anything to worry about. We have what works. So because we are in the bull season rather, we are going to be focusing on Magic 1, Magic 3, and Magic 5. Take note of that. So last week I spoke extensively on Magic 3. This week I'm going to be talking about Magic 1. Then next week we are going to talk about Magic 5. So kindly pay attention once more. Now you will look at Magic 1. It says it covers for 30% dip. Magic 3 covers for 25% dip. And Magic 5 covers for 50% dip. So the illustration I'm going to use here is applicable to this place, applicable to this place because of time's sake. Now, what does it mean if you're using Magic 1, it covers for 30% dip? Now, take note, each of these magic has a minimum amount you can use or requires a minimum amount you can use. For Magic 1, the minimum amount you can use to trade Magic 1, use Magic 1 settings, for you to be able to, or for you to be qualified to use this Magic 1 settings, you need a minimum of $320. Meaning you are going to be using $320 per coin. Per coin. That is the meaning. Now, for you to be qualified to use Magic 3, you need a minimum capital of $100. Meaning you're going to be using $100 per coin. Then for you to use Magic 5, you need a minimum capital of $520. And you are going to be trading $520 per coin. That is the meaning. Going back to Magic 3, minimum cap, which is our focus, Magic 1, which is our focus for today, minimum capital of $320. Take note of that. Now, what does it mean covers for 30% dip? Now, because the crypto market moves up, down, up, down, up, down, it doesn't just move straight like this. No, it retraces back, then goes up, retraces back, goes up, retraces back. So whenever it is retracing back like this, we have a provision that allows you to make money even when it is going down. That is the beauty about using the Royalq board to trade the crypto market. So we trade on the spot market. Spot market is simply we buy low when the price is low and we sell when the price is high. So now, let's say peradventure we have bought somewhere around here. We are supposed to sell when the price gets to somewhere around here or somewhere around here. Now, what happens if we are waiting, we bought somewhere around here and we want to come out somewhere around here and the price starts going up and gets to this point and start retracing down back again? Now, as soon as the price starts going back, the Royalq board has a futures that allows you, it buys bit by bit and allows you to make money even when the market is going down. You make money downtrend. So that is what we say covers for 30% dip. So let me explain it properly now. Now, let's assume I have assigned 320 on a particular coin and the robot starts buying, going down. The price starts going down. The price on that coin starts going down. The robot will use your 320 and start buying across this different level as it is going down. Maybe it got to this point. By the time it got to this point, it means that the whole of your 320 have been exhausted across these different levels. At that point, your total 320 is seen inside this coin at this different level. You will say the coin has dipped by minus 30%. Now, when this coin dips by minus 30%, it means you are on a floating loss. Floating loss is not a permanent loss. It's just a temporary loss for the moment. Now, as soon as the price starts going up, the robot starts selling across these different levels and start giving you profit. Until it gets to this point, it sells, combines this and this together, total it, and give you the main profit. So down here, you were making crumbs, small profit down here because there was volatility downtrend. So even when the coin was down, the robot was busy making money for you downtrend here. So when it finally moves up, it sells and closes the entire trade and give you the main profit also. So that is what it meant by covers for 30% dip. For the one of $100 as well, it is the same thing. Your robot uses your $100 and it buys across these different levels for Magic 3. By the time it buys to this point, it has dipped by 25%, minus 25%. At that point, you can say you are on a floating loss. All you need to do is wait patiently. As the price starts going up, it starts selling across these different levels and start giving profit. Until it gets to this point, it sells up and give you the final profit and close the entire trade. That is what it meant by covers for 25% dip, which we are going to talk about. Similarly for 50% dip, which is 520. So because of time, I'll fast forward to Magic 1, which we are going to be talking today. So Magic 1 is here. Let's see what the template holds for us. Magic 1. So this is what our Magic 1 template looks like. Hope you guys can still see my screen properly. Now, look at it. Magic 1 is minimum capital of 320. So if you have from $320 down to $519, you are qualified to use Magic 1 on your trade. So, but once you have 520, you can use Magic 5. Now, however, between Magic 1, 3, and 5, the best magic that will give you faster result is Magic 5, followed by Magic 1. But for people who do not have up to that capital, we recommend you stick to Magic 3, minimum of $100. You will still get results, but not as fast as what Magic 5 and Magic 1 can give to you. Take note of that. Now, for people which we are focusing on today, Meaning each parameters, what it means. This is the configuration you are going to give to your robot. It is based on this configuration that the robot you while you are sleeping. So it is important for you to know what each of the parameters means and what it stands for. So that is what we want to establish today for those who are new on this call. Now, the first parameters you're going to see is risk type, radical. So because the crypto market moves to randomly like this, you want your robot to be very aggressive, move based on how the crypto market moves to make profit for you. Take advantage of this movement. For that reason, you want to put your robot, you want to set it on radical, not conservative. We have options of conservative, we have options of steady. So, but because you want it to be very aggressive, so you want it to take advantage of that to make profit for you. So you need to put it on radical. Your risk type should be on radical. Then talking about remark. Remark refers to the initial capital you want to use to trade. Now remember, minimum capital is 320. Take note of that, 320. Now, once you come to this point, you want to put on your remark. You are not going to put the 320 there. Now, you are going to do a small mathematics. Any amount you want to use, you do 320 minus this 20, this first buying amount, which is 20. So when you do 320 minus 20, it is going to give you 300. So what you are going to put on the remark is 300. For those who want to use a capital of 320, you put 300. So let's see what happens. Once you put this 300, observe this multiple buying ratio, what is going to happen. Now, look at it. When I scroll down on the multiple buying ratio, you see that the summation of the multiple buying ratio gives me 320, which is my initial capital I want to use. So this tells you that these settings or this configuration is based on $320 capital. Take note of that. Let's do another mathematics. Observe the multiple buying ratio 0.3, 1.2, 0.3, 1.2. Now let's assume someone has 400 and wants to use magic 1 settings. So if you have 400, we say minimum of 320. So 400, you are qualified to use magic 1. So all you need to do is on the remark, instead of you putting 400, you do 400 minus 20, which is going to give you 380. So I'll come to this point. Instead of me putting 400, I'll put 380. So once I put 380, I'll go down and check my multiple buying ratio. You see that my multiple buying ratios have changed. Then the summation of all the multiple buying ratio gives me 400, which means I am actually using a configuration of $400 settings. I'm using a configuration of 400, my initial capital, meaning I'm utilizing my money very well. Now, let's do another example. Let's say you have, for instance, you have 480. 480 is your capital you want to use and you want to trade magic 1. All you need to do is 480 minus 20, which is going to give you 460. So instead of inserting 480 on this remark, what you're going to insert here is 460. So let's see what the outcome is going to look like. 460. Then let's go down. You see 480, meaning you are going to be using a configuration of 480. Take note of that. I hope this remark is clear. Now, there's what we do. We ensure we always do risk management in anything we do. Very important, risk management. Now, for the risk management aspect, let's assume if you have 320, you are just coming on board for the first time, and you have after activating your boat of 120, you put your gas fee of $20, and your trading capital that is left with you is 320. We are not going to recommend you to use this 320 to trade Magic 1. No, we are going to advise you professionally to use this 320, diversify your portfolio. Now, instead of using this 320 to trade Magic 1, you divide your 320 into 3 places. And if you do this, I think it will be giving you, each one will be giving you close to 108, let's say 108, 108, for instance now. So this 108 that is given to you right now, it means that you can trade 3 coins at a time using Magic 3 settings, which is minimum of $100. So you use Magic 3 settings if you have 322 risk management. So you will be trading 3 coins, coin A, coin B, and coin C. That is risk management. Please take note of that. So if you are trading 3 coins, the idea between these, if you have 2 shops, which is shop A and shop B, shop A is selling rice, beans, and garri, and shop B is only selling garri. Between shop A and shop B, who has the chances to sell almost every day? It could be that on that particular day, the demand for garri is not there. So it means shop A will not sell, shop B will also not sell. But because shop A has other items he or she is selling, the chances of selling rice and beans on that day is high. So shop A tends to make money on that day, while shop B does not make money. So that is why risk management is important. You need to diversify your portfolio rather than putting your eggs in one basket. Similarly, if you have 520, you can decide to use 320 out of this 520 to trade Magic 1, which is minimum of 320. Then you have another, you have about $200 left. You can use this $200 to trade Magic 1, which is minimum of, use it to trade Magic 3, which is minimum of $100. You can still decide to do risk management on this 200, divide it into 2, 100, 100, and trade Magic 3. So meaning you are on 3 coins, one on Magic 1 of minimum of 320, the other $100 on Magic 3, and the other $100 on Magic 3. Another person can decide to use 321 on Magic 1, 320, then this $200, just use it on Magic 3, trading 2 coins, while the other person is trading 3 coins. So, however, ensure you do your risk management. Very important. So, for someone who has 520, we are not going to allow you to use your 520 to trade Magic 1 because Magic 5, because we said Magic 5 is the best magic. You need to diversify your portfolio, break it down. So that is that about risk management. I believe this is clear. Please. I believe this is clear. So let's proceed on to the next thing. So what is first buying amount? Now I will use a physical explanation to explain to you. So let's assume I have 480 with me, and I want to visit the market. And in that market I want to visit, I used to have a friend shop. Let's name the shop Shop A. And I want to visit 20 shops, shop 1 to 20 in that same market. And what I want to buy from all these shops, I want to buy an item known as banana. So banana is a name of a physical product, and it's also a name of a cryptocurrency coin. So you guys can relate with this. So what I have in my hand is $480 I want to use to visit the market. But because of sentiment, friendship sake, and the rest, each time I visit that market, I must first visit this my friend shop, and I must buy banana from my friend shop first before going through all these 20 shops based on sentiment. But there's something that each time I want to leave my house to my friend's shop, I already have in my mind the fixed amount I'm willing to spend in that my friend's shop. So that fixed amount I'm willing to spend in that my friend's shop is $20. I'm not going to spend anything more than that. Anything less than that is $20 I'm willing to spend. So from this 480, I'm willing to spend $20 in my friend's shop. This $20 I'm willing to spend in my friend's shop is what is referred as the first buying amount. It is always the first amount your robot is going to take from your money if you are using Magic One, which is constant, which is fixed, which is $20. Take note of that, please. That is first buying amount. I believe this is properly understood. Then what is open position double do not enable? So your open position double, ensure you don't enable it. If you enable it, what is the consequence? Now, since going back to this my friend shop now, since I've been able to remove $20 that I want to use to buy banana in my friend shop, it means what is left from this money is $460. Now, this $460, I want to use it to go through these shops from shop 1 to shop 20. Now, if I enable my open position double, what is the implication? Now, it's like coming back to reality. I've made up my mind to use $20 in my friend shop. So peradventure, I came to my friend shop and he or she starts telling me about the quality of the banana, that if I don't buy now, if I don't buy enough, that the banana is going to be scarce. I will not see it again. This particular species is the best. Talk to me, whine me, and all my money body. Me that wanted to use those $20 because she has psyched me on my money body, I brought out another $20 from this $460. I brought out another $20, which is total of $40 to buy in my friend's shop. Now, the implication of that is I will not have this remaining, what will be remaining here is $440. Now, this $440 cannot take me through these shops. So the implication of the negative effect of opening position double is that instead of your robot to use your first buy 20, it's going to double it and use it at 40, just like in this case. And it will affect your 20 shops that you want to enter. You will not have sufficient funds to buy through the 20 shops. And you don't want that. That is why your open position double should always be disabled. Take note of that. AI margin calls. AI margin calls will tell you that is a semi-automated bot for you to have control and ownership over what the robot does. Now, if you enable the AI margin call, you are telling the robot that robot begin to buy at my own discretion. Remember when I was at the dashboard, I was explaining that the robot will begin to buy at these different levels as the price is going down. It will be buying. Now, this configuration, these settings that you have given the robot is what the robot will use to be buying as the price is going down and selling as the price is going up. But if you enable AI will go against these your settings and will start buying based on its own discretion and selling based on its own discretion, meaning you don't longer have control over it. So you don't want your AI margin calls to be enabled. Take note of that. The margin call limits refers to these 20 shops I was talking about, different from my friend shop. Shop 1, 2, 3 down to 20. So we call it the margin call limit, but I'm using the word shop so you can relate, please. But here we call it margin call limit, which refers to the 20 shops. So for Magic One, you will go through 20 shops. All position take profit ratio. Please, I love talking about this much later. Remind me if I forget. Let's go to the next one on all position take profit callback. Now, take note of this. Pay attention. This point you want to pay attention. For those of you who have traded on Binance, Bybit before, you have traded on Binance, on Bybit before, and you are saying what is the difference, what is the unique thing that Royalq does that is not on Binance. I've seen some persons like, everything is on Binance, why should I need to buy Royalq for 120? What is this? Now listen, pay attention, and you will tell me if these futures, this particular future I want to explain, you can find it in your Binance or your exchange. Now, all position take profit callback 0.1. Now, the idea is we trade on the spot market. And on spot market, we buy low at this point and sell high at this point. Now, I want to buy banana. Let's assume I want to bid for banana. I want to buy it when the price is $5. This is my preset price to buy at $5. And I want to sell when the price is $10. So you will agree with me that between $5 to $10, there is a profit of $5 here. That is what I'm expecting, a profit of $5 alongside with my capital. Now, I entered at this point, and the crypto market moves like this, to move up, come down, retrace again, go up, come down, can come down like this, move up again, move on. And suddenly, there was this long sudden spike. Now, naturally, this was supposed to be where I was supposed to come out of the trade, and the robot will give me my $5 profit alongside with my capital. But because there's a sudden spike here, the robot will not release this your $5. Rather, the robot is going to hold it and wait for this sudden spike to return by 0.01, which is this 0.01 that you see here. Now, once it returns by 0.01, let's say at this point that it returns to 0.01, the price of the coin at this place is $12. Now, you will agree with me that between this price, $10 and $12, there is a profit here of $2. So what the robot does is, as soon as there is this return by 0.01, the robot will take this extra profit, add it to your original profit, which is total of $7, and give you your profit of $7 alongside with your capital. So you that was expecting $5, you are going to see $7. So this is one of the unique features that the Royalq bot has that you cannot see in any of these exchanges. So if you have been trading on Binance or Bybit, you cannot experience this. So this is how the robot takes advantage of this sudden spike and make extra profit for you. So this is the concept behind the whole position take profit callback. So next on the line is buy-in callback. Buy-in callback 0.01. Now remember we said we trade on the spot market. We always want to buy low and sell high. That is what we do here. That is why we don't lose money. Now let's assume we want to buy banana, and the price of banana is at $10. And we want to buy we want to buy when it is $5. So you have set your robot. When the price of banana gets to $5, that is when I want you to buy. So the price starts dropping, going up back, drop, up back, drop, up back, drop. Suddenly there was a sudden spike. Now, because of this sudden spike downtrend, the robot was supposed, you have programmed it to peak when it's $5. But because of this sudden spike, the robot will not peak. It will wait for a return of 0.01. And let's say a return of 0.01 here is probably 4.5. Now, instead of the robot to buy at $5, it will even buy more cheaper for you at $4.5. So it's going to pick the trade at $4.5, thereby buying more cheaper for you. You cannot see this in any exchanges if you are trading traditionally on Binance, on Bybit yourself. This is one unique feature of the Royalq board. So if someone is telling you this, you should know what to tell the person. Please take note of that. That is that on buy-in callback. Distributed take profit allocation from fifth call. Take note of this, from fifth call to the 20th call. Take note of this. 1.3%. Now, I'm going to talk about opposition take profit callback, 3%, alongside with distributed take profit callback allocation from fifth call to 20. I'll talk about them the same time when I'm explaining margin configuration. When I'm explaining this margin configuration, please take note of that. That is, I will talk about this, and I'll talk about this when I'm explaining this side, margin configuration. Please take note of that. Then for sub position take profit callback, from the word sub position and from the word opposition take profit callback, this works with the same principles that I explained earlier. But what is the difference is that for sub opposition take profit callback, you can experience it. Okay, you can experience it from my friend shop A, shop 1, shop 2, shop 3, and shop 4. That is where you can experience opposition take profit callback. But when it gets to sub position take profit callback, you will start experiencing it from the fifth call or from the fifth shop to the 20th shop. That is where you experience it. So, but it is the same principle I explained about the sudden spike. It's the same, but the difference is where can you experience it? For opposition take profit cover, you experience that sudden spike from my friend shop, which is the first buying amount, to the first shop, second shop, third shop, and the fourth shop. Then for the sub position take profit, you experience it from fifth shop to the 20th shop. I hope this is clear, please. Then the next online is strategy period, one shot. Now we have for strategy period, we have what is called circle or autopilot. Then we have what is called one shot at the same time, one shot. For circle or autopilot, this is for people who do not have time at all because of the nature of their work or the nature of the business they do. They don't have time at all. So, but if you don't have time, you should have capital, good capital, from 6,000 plus, 13,000 plus, 20,000 plus, and thereabout. So if you have, let's say for instance, you have like 13,000 something, or 30,250, we are going to take like 25 coins from 1 to 25 coins. Yes, we are going to divide this money into these 25 coins from coin 1, 2, 3, 4 down to 25. We are going to program each of these coins a profit of 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%. Now, the 25 coin, we have what we call 25 volatile coins. These are coins that are proven to have strong use, fundamental use cases. So if you are coming on board, those are the coins we are going to give to you as a new beginner. And we tell you not to trade outside those coins because those coins, they have their own blockchains and they have strong, good fundamental use cases. It can hardly be delisted by any exchanges. Take note of that, please. So these are the 25 coins we are going to program for you. Take 2%, not more than 2% take profit on each of them. So what it does is that when coin 1 sells, the robot will automatically pick it again. As coin 2 sells, it will pick it again. Coin 3 sells, it will pick it again. by itself, 0.4. That is how it will be picking it and be giving you 2%, 2%. So if any of the coins are taking time to sell, you are not going to even feel it because you have multiple coins trading. So all you need to learn at this point is how to move your profits from your spot wallet to your funding wallet, so that the robot will not use your profit and recycle with your capital again to continue trading. So as soon as you are making profit, you move the profit from your spot wallet to your funding wallet. That is that for Circle. Now, what is the average monthly profit line for people using Circle? The average monthly profit for people using Circle, take note, is between 5% to 50% of your capital monthly. 5% to 50% of your capital monthly. Now, what does this mean? Average monthly profit. It means that if you started this business on Circle in January, the first month you were able to make like 50% of your capital. The second month, the market was, demand was high, and you were able to make 70% of your capital, which is February. In March, you were able to make 30% of your capital. In April, you were able to make, let's say, 5% of your capital. Then, okay, we're in May now. So, okay, May has not ended. So in April, you didn't make money. You just made 0% of your capital. So when you do 50 plus 70 plus 30 plus 0 for the 4 months, it will give you 150. 150 divided by 4, I think it will be giving you 30 something. Or let me be sure, please. So 150 divided by 4 is going to give you 37.5%. So what it means is that for the 4 months, each of the months that makes up the 4 months, you made 37.5% of your capital. 37.5% of your capital on each month. So that is what is meant by average monthly profit between 5% to 50% of your capital. Please, I hope this is clear. Now, for people using one shot, now, one shot are for people who want to learn skill. You want to learn skill. Probably you have younger ones that are coming up. You have children that you want to impart this knowledge on. You have your loved ones you want to impart this knowledge on. Or you have people around you that depends on you for money. But now you have a skill that you can impart on them, that rather than them depending on you, they can use this skill to make money at any given time. You will want to focus on one shot. You want to focus on one shot. So for those who want to learn skill, is one shot that is recommended. And if you don't have enough capital, maybe you have $100, you need to use one shot to multiply or grow your money. You need one shot. So now, for people who do not have enough capital and for people who want to learn skill, you stick on one shot. So what is one shot? Let's assume you have $300 as your trading capital. You decide to do risk management by dividing it by 3, which is $100, meaning you are going to use magic 3 settings, which is minimum of $100, and you are going to be trading 3 coins, A, B, and C. So on A, you have 100, on B, you have 100, and on C, you have 100. And you took on A 3%, you took on B 4%, you took on C 10%. You see that you're at a liberty on one shot to take profit at every given time. So peradventure, these 3 trades are going on, and your coin C eventually sells for 10%. It hits your 10% first. So once it's sold out, the robot will not pick this coin C on one shot. Rather, you are going to pick another coin based on analysis. So once you are coming on board, you don't need to learn how to analyze. Depend on signal from the signal group. We used to send signal. Or if you don't want to depend on signal from the signal group, there is a lazy man method we use, which is known as MACD automation. You can follow that MACD automation and pick your trade and trade quietly. So maybe the coin still have sold and signal is not forthcoming, you just go and use your MACD automation rules and pick another coin D and probably take 2% on it. Then while you are waiting for this to sell, your coin B that you took 4% are sold out. You pick another coin E, and trade, and probably you take maybe 3% on this. So you see that you are the one that is conditioning or programming at every point. You pick new coin and you are at a liberty of changing take profit at any point in time. So that is that for one shot. So, but what is the average monthly profit like for one shot? Average monthly profit for one shot is between 5% to 100% of your capital monthly. Now, what does this mean? Let's say in the first month in January, you were able to make 50% of your capital. In the second month of February, you made 70% of your capital. In the third month of February, March, you made another 50% of your capital. Let's assume that. Then for April, you made 0%. The market was down, you were not able to make money. So when you add 50 plus 30 plus 50, I think that is 170. 170. So when you divide 170 by 4, what is it going to give to you? 170 divided by 4. It will give you 42.5. In each month, you made 42.5% of your capital invested in the business in each month. So that is what it's meant by average monthly profit between 5% to 100% of your capital. I believe this is clearly understood. So far, so good. If you are following up and you are getting the picture, I need the word value on the chart. If you are getting value, I need the word value before we proceed to the next thing on the chart. So far, so good. If you are getting value, I need the word value on the chart. Value, value, value. So let's proceed to the next segment of the Excel sheet. The next segment of the Excel sheet is your margin configuration. So from the word configuration, now at this point, I'm going to be focusing on all position take profit ratio, 3%, and I'll focus on distributed take profit allocation, which is 1.3%. Now, margin configuration, from the word configuration, it means that this is how something has been programmed to work, programmed to function. So now the margin configuration is divided into two parts. We have the margin call drop and the multiple buy-in ratio. We are going to be talking about them one after the other using physical reality. Now, remember we went to the market and I said I'm going to use 480. I want to visit my friend's shop to buy banana. B for banana, please. Is the name of a cryptocurrency product and the name of a physical product, so you can relate. So my friend's shop is shop A, and I'll also visit 20 shops from shop 1 to 20. Coming to my friend's shop, what I am willing to spend in my friend's shop is $20. So when I got to my friend's shop, I asked my friend, how much are you selling one bunch of banana? And my friend said, one bunch of banana, which is the same thing as one piece of any cryptocurrency coin. So one bunch of banana, he said, is going to sell for me at $7. I said, no. Remember, on the spot market, we always buy low and sell high. Because I want to buy low, I'm going to negotiate this price with her. So I'm negotiating. Finally, we negotiated, and finally, I got the banana for $5. So that was the preset price. I negotiated to the point that I got it for $5. So immediately she accepted $5. I brought up $20, which was my first buying amount, and I bought at this price of $5. So I was able to get 4 bunch of banana at the price with my $20 at the rate of $5. So if one bunch cost me $5, another bunch cost me another $5, another bunch cost me another $5, another bunch. So the 4 will give me a total of 20. So $20 gave me 4 bunch of banana at the rate of $5. Take note of that. Now, what is left in my with me now is $460. This $460, I will have to use it to go through these 20 shops. Now, but before I get to the first shop, before I even buy at the first shop, there must be something that will trigger me to come to the first shop to want to buy. I won't just go to the first shop like that. Now, what will trigger me to come to the first shop to buy? The first shop refers to as the first call here. Take note. I'm calling the first shop first call, the second call second shop, the third call third shop, the fourth call fourth shop, just for you to understand. I'm bringing it down for you to understand. Now, for the first shop, for me to enter the first shop, it means that this price that I bought in my friend's shop of $5 has to drop in price. It needs to drop for me to say, okay, for me to enter the first shop to buy. So each time that prices drop, I want to be entering shop by shop, because the more cheaper I buy, the more quantity I will get, the more quantity of the bunch of banana I will get. So my idea of going to shop 1 to 20, I can as well buy everything from my friend's shop at $5. But no, I want to buy at 20 shops, and the plan is on each of that shops, I want to be buying it cheaper. That is the idea. So for me to enter the first shop, it means that this $5 I bought in my friend's shop has to drop by 4.8. Let's assume $4.8. So once it drops by $4.8, it means the robot or me, I will get gingered or motivated to enter the first shop to buy. So the same thing applies here. A drop in price from $5 to $4.8 means that the price I bought in my friend's shop has dropped by 0.2. Let's assume by 0.2 means that the price has dropped from $5 to $4.8. So the robot will trigger to buy in the first shop. So when there is a drop by 0.2, it means that the price has moved from $5 to 4.8. So the robot will trigger to buy in the first shop. Now, the new price now is 4.8. Take note. For the robot to buy in the second shop, it means that this current price, which is 4.8, has to drop by 0.5. Let's say a drop by 0.5 brought this price from 4.8 to 4.2. So once the price drops for 4.2, from 4.8 to 4.2, it means that the robot will trigger to buy in the second shop because the price has dropped by 0.5. So a drop by 0.5 brought the price from 4.8 to 4.2. I hope this is clear. For the robot to buy in the third shop, it means this new current price, which is 4.2, has to drop by 0.2%. A drop in 0.2% brought this new price to 3.8. So as soon as the price drops from 4.2 to 3.8, the robot will trigger to buy in the third shop. Similarly, the same thing, for the price to drop to the fourth shop, it means that the current price, which is 3.8, has to drop by 0.5. So a drop by 0.5% brought the new price to like $3.5. Now, as soon as the price drops from 3.8 to $3.5, the robot will trigger to buy at the fourth shop, which means the price has dropped by 0.5. So that is how the robot begins to buy at different level as soon as the price are dropping. So it starts using your money to be buying bit by bit across the different shops. until it buys, because of time's sake, until it dips to the point where it buys to the 20 short. So at that point, when it buys to the 20 short, that market has dipped by, or that coin has dipped by minus 30%, which is that's what I was explaining on the dashboard before we started, that Magic One covers for 30% dip. So by the time the robot has bought from the first call, from the first buying amount, the first buying amount is refers to my friend's shop. It's different from first call. Take note of that, please. First buying amount is different from first call. First buying amount refers to my friend's shop. First call refers to the first shop. Take note of that. So by the time the robot buys from the first buying amount to the 20th call, it means that that market has dipped by minus 30%. So that was what I was trying to explain in this dashboard, where we say, for those who were not here, where we say Magic One covers for 30% dip. So by the time the robot has bought from the first buying amount to the 20th coin, it means that that market, that coin has actually dipped by 30%. So how do you get this 30%? By the time you do 0.2 plus 0.5 plus 0.2 plus 0.5 plus 0, down to it will give you 30. So it means it has dipped by 30%. There is no cause for alarm. When it has dipped by 30%, no cause for alarm. It means that your entire 480 have just been spread from the first buying amount down to the 20th short. That is what it means. No cause for alarm. So margin call drops. This is the explanation of margin call drop. So as the price begins to drop, it begins to buy across different shops, just like I explained here. So this is the function of margin call drop. I hope this is clear. Now, multiple buy-in ratio. How does multiple buy-in ratio work? Let me clear my chart. Now, I've explained margin call drop, how it works. Now, multiple buy-in ratio, how does this work? You will agree with me that when I held 480 to come to the market to buy in my friend's shop and also the 20th shop, the only time I knew how much I was going to spend in my from this 480, the only time I knew how much I was going to spend was in my friend's shop, that I knew I was going to spend $20. That was the only time I knew how much I was going to spend. But when it came to the first shop, to the 20th shop, I did not know how much I was going to be spending. So multiple buying ratio helps you to know that at every shop, as soon as the price drops by 0.2, 0.5, and it's buying across the shop, it tells you that at the first shop, how much am I going to use for my money? So since I've used $20 for my friend's shop, and I bought when the price of banana was $5 with this $20, and what was left is now $460. Now, the question now is, from this $460, how much am I going to use from this $460 to buy in the first shop? Whatever is going to be left, how much am I going to use from that money to buy in the second shop? It is the multiple buying ratio that will help you to do that. So for multiple buying ratio, for the first call, let's assume that the price I bought from my friend's shop from $5 had to dip by 0.2 and got a new price of 4.8. So at this new price, I got a trigger to buy in the first shop. But how much am I going to use from this 460 after using $20 for my friend's shop? So how much am I going to use from this 460 to buy in the first shop? It is the work of the multiple buying ratio. So all you need to do for the first shop is 0.5 times your first buying amount. First buying amount is this $20. So when you do 0.5 times 20, it will give you, I think, $6. Let me confirm. 0.5 times 20. It will give you $10. So from this 460, you are going to use $10 here to buy at the first shop. So as soon as the price dropped from 5 to 4.8, you made use of $10 from this 460. So what is left is 450. Now this is your capital now left with you. You want to use this 450 to enter the second market, the second shop. Now, as soon as the price draws from 4.8, it dips by 0.5%. Let's say 0.5% gives you $4.2. So this is the new price now, which is 4.8, now drop to 4.2 for you to enter the next shop. So to enter the next shop, how much are you going to use from this 450 to enter the next shop? What you are going to use is 1.8 times your first buy-in amount. Your first buy-in amount, 1.8, sorry, times 20, which is going to give you 1.8 times 20 is going to give you $36. $36. So in shop 2, you are going to use $36 from your money to buy. What will be left from your 450 if you use $36? What is going to be left from your 450? 450 minus 36 is 414 that will be left. Now, this 414 is what is left with you to go through the third shop. Now, to go through the third shop, you are going to use, let's say the price drop by another 0.2%, which is 0.2%, which is 3.8. You got a trigger to enter the third shop. How much are you going to spend in the third shop? Still 0.5 times 20, which is going to give you another $10. The same thing, the next one, the same thing is going to give you, for the fourth shop, is going to give you another $36. So you see that, now you see that from fifth shop, because of time save, from fifth shop, if you still do the mathematics, you'll be getting $10, $36, $10, $36, $10, $36, down to here, 36, 10, 36, 10, 36, 10, 10, 36, 36. Let me just say, so by the time you use your first buying amount, 20 plus 10 plus 36 plus 10, when you total everything down to the 20th shop, you will see that it will sum up to 480, which means that by the time it dips by minus 30%, it has exhausted your entire $480 across the 20 different shops. So at that point, you are on what we call floating loss. Floating loss is not a real loss, it's just a temporary loss. Now, this is another unique thing about the robot, that even while the market is down, we are still making money downtrend, which in Binance or Bybit, if your coin is down, you will wait until that coin goes up. But with Royalq, with what we have, even while you are waiting, you are still making money, and we call that subset. So I will explain the concept of the subset, but I will only explain the concept of the subset with the help of all position take profits. Take note of this: all position take profit 3%, and distributed take profit allocation from 5th call to the 20th call 1.3%. Now, going back down to the 20th call, now your coin has dipped by minus 30%. Now, take note, distributed take profit says from 5th call to the 20th call, take profit should be 1.3%. So what it means is that now it has bought to the 20th call. We are waiting for the price to start going on. And this is what happens. This is the beauty here. As the price starts going up, as it gets to 20, the amount you use in buying 20, which is $36 here, it will sell 20, give you 1.3% of this $33 and give you profits. Once the price gets to 19, the price but it will sell 19 and give you 1.3% of $10. It gets to 18, 1.3% of $36 you use in buying at the 18th shop. As the price goes up to the 17th shop, it gives you 1.3% of $10 you use in buying at the 17th shop. The price goes to 16, it sells and give you 1.3% of $36 you use in buying at the 16th shop. It gets to 15, it sells and give you $1.3 you use in buying 1.3% of $10 you use in buying at the 15th shop. You are waiting for the price to go up to sell 14. Rather, the price will come down again, buy 15, buy 16, buy 17, buy 18. The price will go up again, sell 18 as individual, sell 17 as individual, sell 16 as individual. It's giving you 1.3%, 1.3%. Get to 15 again, it will give you 1.3% of whatever you use in buying at the 15th call. It gets to 14th, it sell 14 and give you 1.3% of whatever you use in buying at the 14th call. Sell 13, 1.3% of whatever it gives and use in buying. Sell 12, 1.3% of whatever you use in buying. Sell 11, 1.3% of whatever you use in buying. Sell 10, 1.3% of whatever you use in buying. You are waiting for it to sell 9. The price will come down again, buy 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The price will go up again, sell 15, 1.3%, sell 14, 1.3%, sell 31. Now, what is happening is there's high volatility downtrend. The price is moving up, down like this. So that downtrend that you are waiting, why it is moving up, down, like the robot is taking advantage on this volatility and be making money from the 5th call to the 20th call for you. So we call that subset. Before you know, on downtrend alone, you must have made like $5, $10 on downtrend alone, based on how the volatility is downtrend. So you move back again to 10th call. The robot will sell the 10th call and give you 1.3% of the amount you use in buying. Get to 9 again, sell 1.3% of the amount you use. Sell 8, 1.3% of the amount you use in buying. Sell 7, 1.3% of the amount you use in buying. Sell 6, 1.3% of the amount you use in buying. Sell 5, 1.3% of the amount you use in buying. You are waiting for it to sell the 4th call. The price will drop again. It will go, the put will buy 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. The price will go up again to sell the 10th. 1.3% of the amount you use in buying 10. Sell 1.3% of the amount you use in buying 9. Sell 1.3% of the amount you use in buying 8. Sell 1.3% of the amount you use in buying 7, 6, and 5. They sell and give you subset profit downtrend. Now, when it gets to take note that during that time it is giving you profit. What is responsible for that was the distributed take profit allocation is 1.3% of whatever used in buying across those shops you were seeing. Now, this is the check now. As soon as it gets to let me wipe my screen. As soon as it gets to the 4th call, remember he used 10 here, 36 here, 10 here again, 36 here, then the first buy is 20. So as soon as it gets to the 4th call, instead of it to sell the 4th call as individual, just like it has been selling 5th call, 6th call, 7th call as individual, it will not do that. What it will do, it will combine the 4th call, the 3rd call, the 2nd call, the 1st call, and the first buy. That is my friend shop, the 1st shop, the 2nd shop, the 3rd shop, and the 4th shop. It will total everything. That is 20. That is 20 plus 10 plus 36 plus 10 plus another 36. Total everything and give you this whole position take profit, which is 3%. But from 5th call to the 20th call, what you have been enjoying is distributed take profit of 1.3%. And remember, 5th call to the 20th call, you have been seeing subset because of volatility downtrend. Maybe you have made $5 downtrend, and by the time your robot sells using this, you make another maybe $6, or let's say you make $7, depending. So 3% of it, 3% of the total amount, let's assume it gives you $6. So when you do $6 by plus $5, so the total money you make on that trade is $11. So this is how the robot takes advantage on the volatility downtrend to make profit for you. But this now you cannot see it in any exchange. Once you buy coin with $100, as the price is dropping, it goes to $90. As it drops again, you get to $80. As it drops again, so you have to wait for it to go up. But once there is volatility downtrend on your exchange, no money is being made. But with your help of your Royalq trading on your exchange, once there is volatility downtrend, it will be giving you money subset. So that is the advantage of using Royalq to trade. Now, this, what I just explained, is known as default settings. Now, from the word default settings, it means it is the natural way the robot is expected to trade for you. This is the natural way the robot is expected to trade for you. Now, we have what is called default settings and bull practice. Now, under bull practice, we have category 1 and category 2. Take note of this. Now, default settings was what I just explained, where the robot will be making subset for you, and the rest. Now, default settings and bull practice. This is why we say that there is a need for you to learn how to use the robot, a skill on how to use the robot, how to manipulate this robot to your advantage. Now, this explains that someone trading with $100, two people are trading with $100. They trade on the same coin A and coin B. Both of them trade on Pepe, the same time, enter the same time. At the end of the day, they took 3%. 3%. When coin A came out, coin A was able to make $1.6 profit. When coin B came out, coin B made $3.3 profit. Now, what is the difference between these two persons? What is the difference between these two persons? The difference between these two persons is that one has the skill on how to manipulate the robot to its advantage, while the other one is just using the robot in its default way, natural way. It's just using it in its natural way, while this one is using it in its default way, is manipulating it. Trader A is using it in its natural way, while coin B, trader B, is manipulating the robot to its advantage. So that is why there is a need for you to learn the skill on how to use this robot to your advantage. So now, if you are using it default settings, the advantage of default settings is that if the trade goes against you, while you are waiting for it to sell, you will still be enjoying that subset, crumbs, downtrend. You'll be enjoying small money downtrend. But if the trade does not go down to buy 5th call, 6th call, you not see money downtrend, and maybe it buys only from 1st call to 4th call, and the trade goes up to do 3%. If it does 3%, 3% of whatever you use in buying from 1st call to the 4th call, that is what you are going to get. Now, but for someone using bull tactics, now the person is manipulating this robot to its advantage. Now, there is also an advantage and disadvantage in using default settings and bull tactics. Now, for bull tactics, what is the advantage for bull tactics? Now, bull tactics, we have category 1 and category 2. Take note of that. Now, for the 3 magic I talked about, magic 1. For magic 1, you can use both category 1 and category 2. For magic 3, you can only use category 1 for magic 3. Take note of that. Then for magic 5, you can use both category 1 and category 2. Take note of that, please. For magic 3, it's only category 1 you can make use of. Now, talking about bull tactics, if you have question, write your question down. If you write it down, you are not going to forget. Please don't interrupt the section. So for magic category 1 to for magic 1, you use category 1 and category 2. For magic 3, you use only category 1. Then for magic 5, you use both category 1 and category 2. So we are on magic 1, which we can use category 1 and category 2. So what is the idea of category 1? Please pay attention. Bull tactics, category 1. Now, for someone using bull tactics category 1, 2 things is on the person's mind. The person wants to make more profits than person using default settings. 2, The person is not interested in making small money downtrend from the 5th call to the 20th call. That person is not interested in that. So how is it now possible for the person to make more money? So this is the idea of category 1. You say you are not interested in this 5th call. So what you are going to do, the first step one, you look at this 5th call. You are not interested in 5th call. So you lock your 5th call. You lock your 5th call. Lock 5th call by putting 50%. Change your initial percent, 0.2, change it to 50%. 50%. So I'll put 50% here. So what I just told the robot is, robot, buy when the price starts going down, only buy from 1st call to the 4th call. Don't buy the 5th call, except that coin dips by 50%. That is when you can trigger to buy the 5th call. That is the meaning of blocking it at 5th call by putting 50% now. So what you have told the robot, I'm only interested in my first buy-in amount, which is my friend shop. I'm interested in the first shop. I'm interested in the first shop, the second shop, the third shop, and the 4th shop. That is what I'm interested in. Now, the idea is that you want 100% of your capital. If you are using 480, you want 100% of your capital to be inside this 480. You want 100% of your capital to be inside this 100% of your capital, which is 480. You want it to be inside from the first buying amount down to the 4th shop. You want to be seeing your 480. Now, remember when we were doing default settings, by the time you bought your $20, then the next one you bought was $10. The next one you bought 36 is 10 again. The next one you bought is 36. So let's do from the first buy, natural way, from the first buy, which is 20 from my friend's shop. Then the next shop, you use $10 from your money. Then the next shop, you use $36. Then the next shop, you use another $10. Then the next shop, you use another $36. So total money you add from my friend's shop down to the 4th shop was, when you total everything, was 112. Natural way for the robot to buy. So the remaining money left, the robot is going to use it from 5th call to the 24th call. Natural way. But now, how come you want to force that from my friend's shop to the 4th shop, you want to force 480? When naturally, if the robot is supposed to buy by itself, it is 120, 112, $112 you're supposed to see from my friend's shop to the 4th shop. How possible now you want to force that? You want a situation whereby by the time it buys from my friend's shop down to the 4th shop, you want to see your 480. For this to be possible, it brings us to what is called manual buy. Manual buy, or you call it manual replenishment. Now, there's a calculation for that. You don't just manual buy or manual replenishment means you want to force in money. Immediately the robot buys from my friend's shop that $20. You want to force in money before it even buys at this first shop. So how do you do this? It is a calculation. Now, first step is you lock it at the 5th call. If you are locking it at the 5th call, 50%, the second step is you are considering the multiple buying ratio from the first shop to the second shop. So what you do is sum up the multiple buying ratio, sum up the multiple buying ratio. You can write ratio from first call to the 4th call. So what is the multiple buying ratio from first call to the 4th call? It means 0.5 plus 1.8 plus 0.5 plus 1.8. So let's total what it's going to give us. 0.5 plus 1.8 1.8 plus 0.5. So it will give me 4.6. That is step 2. Step 2. Now, step 3. That answer you got, that 4.6 you got, step 3, the 4.6 you got, add it plus 1. Plus 1. 1 is always constant. Why? 1 is the position that my friend shop is occupying. That position is the constant, is 1, which is this position that this first buying amount is occupying. That is the what is responsible for that one is constant. So 4.6 plus 1. 4.6 plus 1 will give you 5.6. Will give you 5.6. So equals to step 3, you now get 5.6. Step 4, you say 5.6, this 5.6 I get, multiply it by the first buying amount. Your first buying amount is always 20 for magic 1 and magic 5. So 5.6 times 20 will give you 112. Now, step 5, your initial capital, please take note, step 5. What is your initial capital? It was 480. So you do 480 minus 112. That's 112. You will get 368. Now, 480, which is your initial capital, minus 112 will give you 368. Now, this 368 is what you are going to use for the manual replenishment. This is how to calculate manual replenishment. Step 1, you say you are not interested in the 5th call where you'll be getting software. So you lock it by 50, put 50% on the margin call drop for 5th call, put 50%. Then the second step, you sum up the multiple buying ratio from 1st call to the 4th call, which is 0.5, 1.8, 0.5, 1.8. You sum it up, you get 4.6. Step 3, you do 4.6 plus 1. That one is a constant as a result of the position your first buying amount is occupying, or that my friend shop is occupying. So it gives you 5.6. Step 4, 5.6 times your first buying amount, which is always 20, the amount you are willing to spend in that my friend shop, which will give you 112. Step 5, your initial capital, which is 480 minus 112, which will give you 368. Now, you will now know how much you are going to force into the robot to achieve that from 1st call to 4th call. You have 100% of your capital. So that amount you are going to force is 368. Now, the question is, at what point now are you going to force in this 368 that you have calculated for your manual replenishment? At what point? So this is the point you are going to do that. Now, when I add 480 to the market, I came to my friend shop, use $20. From shop 1 to 20, I also want to buy. So immediately I use $20 in my friend's shop. If I'm using boot 30s, I want a situation that from 1st call to the 4th call, 100% of my capital, my 480, I want to be seeing it inside here. So now if I use $20, excuse me, please. Okay, I'm back. So if for me to have 100% of my capital from 1st call to the 4th call, I need to do that manual replenishment, which I've calculated to be 368. Now, when do I do it? Now, as soon as I get to my friend's shop and we negotiate the price, and finally she agrees for $5. Now, as soon as I use this $20 to buy at $5, so it means I have $20 inside that trade. Now, immediately I bought this at $5. The next thing I'm looking out for is I'm waiting for this price. You know, from the initial explanation, I said when the price dropped to 4.8, it means it has dropped by 0.2. That it will trigger you to buy in the first shop. Now, before it buys on this first shop, I want to do my manual replenishment. So once this price drops from $5, as soon as it picks my $20 at $5, once this price drops to 4.99 or 4.98, I want to rush and inject this 368 inside. I can only do my manual replenishment only when it has picked my first buying amount, which is $20. That is when I can only force this, which I'm going to show you people how to force it inside your Royalq, how to do it, but just have an understanding. So as soon as excuse me. Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, I was having a little distraction. So now, as soon as the robot picks your $20, so what you have inside that trade is $20 when it bought at $5. So you are waiting for the price to just drop to like 4.99 or 4.98 to inject this your money that you calculated for manual replenishment. Immediately you inject it, which we are going to show you how to inject it. So you inject it immediately. By the time you inject 368, it means that 368 is now added to this 20. You are now having a total of 388. The remaining money left, the robot is going to use to buy from first call to the fourth call. By the time it buys from first call to the fourth call, you are having your 480 inside this trade. Now, the advantage of boot tactics category 1 is that if you have 480 inside this trade and the market goes up to do 3%, it will be giving you 3% of $480. And let's also see that, let's also imagine that after you force in this money to and added this 368 to your 20 and you have 388, and the market does not come down to buy first call, second call, third call, and fourth call, and it goes up to say 3%, your opposite, so it will give you 3% of $388. You see that you are making more money. But someone who is using default settings at this point, once the robot picks $20 and is waiting for it to come down to buy first call, second call, third call, and did not buy, it will go up and give the person 3% of $20. These two people are using 480, but one is doing boot taxes, forcing money inside and taking advantage on that. So if you are using default settings, after your robot picks $20, you are waiting for it to buy first call, second call, third call, fourth call, and your robot and the price did not come down to buy first call and it went up to sell, it will give you 20%, 3% of $20. But because someone who is using boot tactics category 1, he has calculated the amount he's going to use for manual replenishment. As soon as the robot picks $20 and the price drops a little, it does its manual replenishment with 368 and it has 388, and the price of the market did not come down to buy first call and now went up to say to sell, it will give you 3% of 388. Can you compare the profit with someone that just had only $20 inside the trade and someone that had 300? So that's the two traders will be what now? We use the same amount. How come are you making more money than me? It is because the trader B knows how to manipulate the robot and is using bull tactics category 1 on it. Now, even if you are using default settings and the robot buys 20, then he buys the first call, buys the second call, buys third call, buys fourth call. At that point, you are going to have $112 inside that trade. But for someone who is using both tactics, after it has bought 20, he falls the 368 and you have 388, and the robot then went down and buy first, second, third, and fourth. That both tactics person has 480. Because it sells from fourth call to the first buy as one entity, if the price goes up to do 3%, 3% of 480, that's what is giving that person that use boot tactics. But 3% of 112 is what is going to be giving person that use default settings. So the person with boot tactics ends up making more money than the person using default settings. So that is the advantage of boot tactics. And this is the disadvantage of default settings. But now, what is the advantage? What is the advantage of default settings and the disadvantage of this boot tactics? Now, remember for boot tactics, we say we are not interested in fifth call. So we have locked it 50%. And we have used 100% of our capital from first call to fourth call. Now, if the price of the coin is going down more deep and deep, as soon as it gets to the fifth call and the robot wants to trigger to buy, the robot will trigger to buy. It means that at that point, the coin has dipped by 50%. And the robot will trigger to buy. But because you have used all your capital from first call to the fourth call, the robot will not see any money to buy at the fifth call. It will not tell you insufficient funds. That is what it will tell you, insufficient funds. So at that point, you have used 100% of your capital from first buy to fourth call. You don't have more money to buy from fifth call because remember, initially in your mind, you are not interested in fifth call. So, but because the market is going down, you don't have more money to buy. So at that point, you are going to wait until the market responds and start going up. But that period that you are waiting, you are not going to be enjoying any money subset. But for someone who had used default settings, because from the first buy to the fourth call, he only used $112 from his money. They kept the remaining one for the fifth call to the 24th call in case the price keeps going down. And eventually the price starts going down. So that remaining money that the person for default kept starts buying fifth, sixth, and seventh, eighth, and ninth. That person keeps enjoying subset while he is waiting. Like I have a coin that I'm trading on boot tactics. It's going to 2 weeks now. I'm waiting for 2 weeks. I'm not seeing subset because I took boot tactics. But there are people that took that same coin because the signal I sent, they are enjoying subset on that coin for that past 2 weeks because they use default settings. So this is the advantage. So you need to understand the consequence of using both tactics and the consequence of using default settings. So that is why we advise that we have risk management on anything we do. So if you are trading 4 coins at a time, put 2 on default settings, 2 on boot tactics. If you are trading 3 coins at a time, if you are not a patient person, put 2 on default settings, put 1 on boot tactics category 1. If you are a very patient person, you can put 1 on default settings and put 2 on boot tactics category 1. Always ensure you do your risk management. Please take note of that. Always ensure you do your risk management. It is very important. So that is that about boot tactics. So this way of calculating boot tactics, you can use it for both Magic 3 and Magic 5 is the same thing. Please. So because of time, I will stop at boot tactics category 1. Maybe next week, I will explain boot tactics category 2. So, but if you want to also know about boot tactics category 2, you can make reference to our Rqtmi YouTube channel. We have series of these similar classes where I explain boot tactics category 2 also. And also, because of time, I might not be able to show you how to do the manual replenishment, but our class for last two weeks, if you go to the YouTube, please, coaches, Coach Fahad, drop our YouTube link. Let them make reference to the last 2 weeks classes on this, where I showed on my screen how to do manual replenishment after calculating it the way I just told you. So it is one thing for you to calculate it, it's another thing for you to know how to do it inside your Royalq boat. So which I explained here. So because of time, I might not be able to do that because I want to attend to questions. So kindly drop, please, our coaches on ground, kindly drop the YouTube link. Let them go and make reference to the last 2 weeks section on Excel sheet template where I explained how to do your manual replenishment on using your Royalq to do that after calculating it. I'm waiting. Who is dropping it now? Are there people not here? Dollar Queen, Coach Fahad.
I'm searching for it. I will send it. I'm searching for it.
Okay. So let's attend to questions now. King Ifa in profound delivery, Alpha from my little experience on few coins I'm currently trading. I noticed that the robot gives 1.3% of take profit selling price, not on the profit selling price, not on the price it bought. It bought the coin. This is because if it sells at 1.3% buys price, it means it's please, this thing is not clear, please. Please, I have a question before I forget. Please, when you keep waiting for coin to come up and sell, and finally it comes up, but still haven't reached the percentage you program it, but you are in a little profit, can you sell? Yes, you can manually sell, provided you are on a floating profit. King Oyebuchi or in the BC, you can manually sell. Remember, we said that the robot will not sell at a floating loss for you. It will not sell at a loss for you. It will only sell at a profit for you. So if you are expecting a profit of $5 and you're already seeing $3, and based on the fact that you've waited for long, if you're okay with the $3, you can manually sell it. Please take note of that. So is there further questions? Your Mr. Ifeanyi, King Ifeanyi, your question is not really clear, please. I think you should reconstruct it again in a way I can understand. So for subset from distributed take profit allocation, you are going to program it 1.3%. Is your all position profit that is 3%, and all position take profit is from the first buy-in amount to the fourth call. First buying amount to the fourth call, please. Take note, your distributed take profit allocation is responsible from fifth call to the 24th call. That is the only place you can see 1.3%. But once it gets to the fourth call, from the fourth call, third call, it will combine 4, 3, 2, 1, and the first buying amount and give you 3%. If it has not done that 3%, it will never sell for you. It will never sell for you. It will only deliver from first buying amount to the fourth call, will only deliver at 3%. But when it comes to the fifth call to the 20th call, it is 1.3%. Usually, I even used to, between fifth call to the 20th call, I used to increase my own to 1.8% because I want to make more money downtrend. So you can either leave it at 1.3% or you leave it at 1.8%. So between fifth call to the 20th call, what you are going to be seeing is 1.3%. But as soon as it gets, and once it's giving you subset, it can never close that trade. The only time it can close the trade entirely is when it has sold from your first buying amount to your fourth call, total it and sell it 3%. That is when it's going to close that trade. But if you are on a subset, it will never close the trade. What you are going to be experiencing subset is 1.3%, 1.3%, 1.3%. So that is it. Any other question? So because of time's sake, in the absence of no more question, we are going to call it a day, please. We are going to call it a day in the absence of no more question. Hope if you got value from this section, I need the word value on the chart. Drop your question on the chat, please. Drop your question on the chat. King Ifeanyi, drop your question on the chat. We don't have time again. I want to end this section. Coach Fahad, unmute him, let him talk. We need to end this section. A lot of people have things that they are doing. We need to end this section. Some persons have a lot, they just make out time. We can't be keeping them. We need to stick to time. The numbers are reducing. We don't want that.
Hello.
Coach Fahad is not here. Please be fast with your question. We can hear you.
Okay, please. Yeah, you need to exercise patience. So we have a life also we are living. We have to.
We are working with time. So we are working with time.
I have to what I'm doing to attend this. So we also have what we are doing. So just a quick one. This when you are explaining this, you said that you take profit, especially when you are doing a short sale. When you are selling, you are taking 1.3% of the amount you bought when you are buying the coin. But from what I experienced,
I did not say when you are buying the coin, please. You are getting me wrong. I did not say 1.3% when you are buying the coin. For you to buy the coin
of what when you are selling, take 1.3% of the amount you bought the coin. Maybe I didn't get your English. That's what you used. So, but I was saying that there's a take profit. It's an increased amount. You are buying you buy low to sell high. So if I'm buying the same amount I bought, it doesn't make sense in terms of profit.
Which amount did you buy?
Assuming if you buy $5 and when you are selling, when you want to sell, you take profit. Are you selling at 1% of that $5 that you bought? You must be selling at a higher price.
Listen to me, sir. You are not understanding this. Listen, please. Listen, please. It's good for you to understand anything you are doing. Listen to me.
That's why I'm here.
Now, listen. From your 5th call to your 20th call, as the price drops, as the price is dropping, your robot is buying bit by bit for you. It means you are buying from 5th call to the 20th, you are buying at a more cheaper rate. So if you bought at $5, if you bought when the price was $5 at your 5th call, for your 6th call, you can never buy when the price is $5. You are buying when the price is maybe 4.5, meaning you are acquiring more quantity of that coin for yourself.
I understand. So if you buy low.
Now, when the price is going up across that level that you are buying, you will be getting 1.3% of any amount you use in buying across those levels.
Not on the selling price. What is that take
when
profit?
You are talking about the selling price is talking about your take profits.
So it's not selling at a selling price as the take profit price.
Please, I'm not understanding you. Let's see if someone on this call, the coaches are not. Coach Aminu, can you hear me?
Because
Coach Aminu.
I've observed some soft
Wait.
I can hear you, Coach Royalq. I can hear you.
Wait, Coach Aminu, try and see if you can understand what he's saying. Me, I don't understand what he's saying.
All right,
please,
can you come again? Just come again. King
Okay,
FN, please come again.
now I've experienced soft sales, right?
Okay.
And
Mhm.
I noticed maybe at margin call 5, I noticed that the price, the robot bought the coin at that call 5 when it
Okay,
was
magic
selling
offer,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
when he sold it to get out to go to call 5, call 4, he sold it at an increased price, not the same price that he bought it. So that means if he's giving you 1.3% when he's selling it, he's selling it at a bit higher price. So I noticed that selling is at a higher price than the price he bought it at that magic call 5. So that's what I'm trying to explain. So, but when he was teaching, he's saying that you sell at the same price you bought. So what's the essence of the profit then? If I'm selling at the same price that I bought, from what I noticed on the Royalq, when it was selling margin call 5, he sold it with some little, he added some value on the coin to sell and gave me profit.
now,
Though
why
I'm
he
still on
added?
that,
Why he
I'm still
added?
on that.
Listen to me. When I was explaining this section, I talked about sub position take profit callback, which is responsible from your subset, which is sudden spike, when there's a sudden spike. And I said, if you are listening carefully, and I said, for sub position take profit callback, you experience it between the 5th call to the 20th call. So why you are seeing a little bit higher than the 1.3% is because there was a sudden spike on between that 5th call downtrend. This is why short position take profit callback is important in Royalq. That was what I said. So if you are seeing anything higher than the 1.3%, is because there was a sudden spike. So if you are looking at your chart, if you know how to analyze, you will see those sudden spike when we are talking about it.
Okay, King FN, hope you understand. Oh, you
I
need
think
more elaboration. You need more elaboration. Oh, you understand.
I think Coach didn't still get me. I don't know whether I mean you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, let me chip in.
Same coin that I bought on call margin 5. When I spent soft sale on that 5, when I sold
King
it
FN,
during soft sales, I noticed that he sold it not at the same value. It added,
yes,
I sold it at a higher price. You understand? Assuming I got it
yes.
0.43,
Okay, let me chip in
it
something.
sold
This
it
one
at
part.
0.44, something like that.
Can you hear
So
me?
he sold it at a, okay, I can hear you.
Okay. The essence of this margin call in the first place is because if market goes against you, it should buy for you downtrend. This margin cost is using what we call dollar cost averaging. Is buying for example, now you enter a trade. Let me use maybe Pepe as the name of coin, not the normal Pepe you buy in the market. So you are using maybe Pepe, one price of Pepe is $1. You enter the trade with first buying amount when the price of Pepe is $1. And you are using magic 3, which is have 7 margin cost. You understand? So we have what is sell at what single entity and what is sell as a separate entity. So when that coin that you buy with $15 as first buying amount goes against you from $1 to maybe 90 cents, it will start buying the margin call. So maybe when it buy the complete 7 margin cost at that price, maybe the price of the paper is 70 cents or 50 cents. So when what Kojimo is telling you, when there is that sudden spike, when it pump and it reach 90 cents before it come and sell and give you the first entity, so it will give you some sell, it will give you some quantity because at that moment market is what 100% manipulative. You understand? So it will give you a partial profit. And if it keep coming up from that $1 that you enter the first entry, that is from there, your first 2% will start counting. maybe you put a take profit of 2%. You understand? I don't know if you're getting me very clear. Am I making any sense?
Go ahead.
Okay, so when it pumps from that particular spot, it will give you a 2%. So that is how it works. I don't know whether your question has been answered.
Okay, I'm actually trying to understand,
Meet
but it's not.
your upline, please. Meet your upline. Let your upline explain further to you,
So,
please.
what is the essence of coming for the training?
We are late. We are late. We cannot. Maybe some other
keep
time.
telling me meet my upline, and you tell me to come to
King
training. When
FM,
I come to training, you
FM.
tell me meet my upline.
No,
So why
no,
am I left
FM,
what I was
please.
doing to come here?
We are sorry,
I
please,
waste
please.
time
I'm
to
coming. King
like
FM,
1 hour,
just give me 1
and
minute.
you are
Just
referring
give
me
me 1
back
minute.
to my upline. No,
Please,
I
can you
think
hear me?
we need to
FM,
set something
King FM,
straight.
please calm down. Just give me 1 minute, please. Let me tell you something. You see, when you activate your bot,
We have things we do, man.
yes, that is why we are here. When you activated your bot as a newbie, is one of the parameters. You understand? It's one of the instructions and an odds that your upline, this person you use his referral link, the $30 he received is not a free commission. It's for him to make sure you scale through the business. You understand it and everything. So, but by the way, we work as a team. Even if you are not in our own cycle, if as matter as we are in this Zoom, you understand, we have to attend to you, but you have to also respect others people time that they sacrifice to be present here. Some people, they are medical doctor, they have to go back to their previous activities. So we can't sacrifice only your own time to others people. Imagine now you God forbid your wife is in the hospital and you want to attend the Zoom and they call you that she's hospital, you have to quit. So you don't expect we should sacrifice all the time for you. And the more the Zoom is more longer, the more people will feel discouraged to watch the recording. That is why we try to make it in brief. I don't know whether you are getting me. Hello? Okay, I think King FA mute himself. So you can unmute yourself, please. Can you hear me?
I got you. I got you.
So please, we are
It's
sorry.
okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
You can message me after the class, but your offline is the person responsible to answer your question. If we have what's it called? We have misconception towards our own this thing between you and I because we don't understand the exact question you are asking. So we make an attempt to answer you, but I think we're in different parts. Coach Mo tried his possible best. That is why he asked me. If he is not going to be kind to you, he wouldn't ask me to what? To if I understand what you mean. We are here. That is why we usually conduct this meeting from Monday to Friday, from Monday to Sunday to Monday, every day, to make sure everybody understand the business. Please don't feel that he's not giving you attention. Or no, he's trying to make it very accurate so that he cannot try to consume anyone's time here. Please, we are sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. It's okay. It's okay.
You are
Thank you.
welcome. It's our pleasure you should be here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We are sorry for taking much of your time. We do this every Tuesday, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. It's supposed to be roughly 1 hour, 30 minutes class. I hope you guys had value from this section. Thank you, everyone, for exercising patience. And those newbies who are on this call, we know it is a little bit complex for you. We don't expect you to understand everything at once. It's a gradual process. You have to be consistent. You have to show up. And at the end of the day, you will get to understand this properly. Thank you once more. Bye-bye for now as I end this section.